$9. And of course, it costs more if you want more storage. Look for a fall launch so you have 9 months to save up. It'll run on a slightly upgraded operating system to allow finally real multitasking. Tomorrow, more new tech for 2026. Join almost 1 million folks who get my free newsletter. Sign up at getkim.com. Every business is asking the same question. How do we make AI work for us? The possibilities are endless, and guessing is too risky. Sitting on the sidelines is not an option. Your competitors are already making their move. This is exactly the solution I'd turn to. With NetSuite by Oracle, you can put AI to work today. As the #1 AI cloud ERP, trusted by over 43,000 businesses, it brings your financials, inventory, commerce, HR, and CRM together into one single source of truth, making your AI smarter. It doesn't guess, it knows. It automates routine tasks, delivers insights, cuts costs, and powers fast AI decisions. Now with NetSuite's AI Connector, you can take the AI you already trust and connect it straight to your business. This is not an add-on tool. It's built into the system that runs your business. NetSuite helps you stay ahead. Right now, get their free business guide, Demystifying AI, at netsuite.com/Kim. The guide is free at netsuite.com/Kim, netsuite.com/Kim.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics. With 18 providers and 3 locations, someone can see you today.
It's Talkback, Central Louisiana's longest-running talk show. Whether it's the guests or the callers, Talkback is where Central Louisiana begins its conversation.
Since we last left you,
yes,
it was 2025. Now it is 2026. And it is our first show of the new year. Since we last left you,
nothing has happened now.
Hardly anything has happened. The college football world is crazy. We won't have to worry about saying OH until at least August.
Oh, man. You were waiting on that one, weren't you?
I was.
Yeah, you were. Hey, we also won't have to worry about saying Roll Tide.
We won't have to say Roll Tide or Go Dogs.
Oh, my God. Look, yes, the clap for the dog. But they're out.
Oh, my goodness. There's so many things that have happened in the news since then, not the least of which is, oh, by the way, we went down to Venezuela and just took out their leader.
Right.
In a absolutely perfect mission by our U.S. military to take out the narco-terrorist dictator and enrage some of the left here in the country once again. Big shock there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it has been...
Welcome to 2026.
Yeah. If just the first few days are any indication, we're in for a lot of fun.
True,
a lot of interesting things. NFL weekend was interesting yesterday. Came down to the final game for the final playoff team, and the Steelers-Ravens game was insane. If you guys didn't see it last night, the Steelers were trailing. Aaron Rodgers drives them down. They scored a touchdown. Then the Steelers have a breakdown on defense. They give up a big touchdown to Zay Flowers. Aaron Rodgers leads them back down. They score with 50 seconds left, and their kicker misses the extra point. First time in like 89 kicks.
Right.
So they're only up by 2. So that gives the Raven a chance. Sure enough, their return guy takes it to like the 50-yard line. They get down to the 20-yard line after like a 4th and goal, or 4th and 15, I think it was. And Lively, the tight end, makes an incredible catch after he's been the guy that has dropped several key passes this year, which would have won them games. Mm-hmm. Makes an unbelievable catch to set them up for a field goal, which their kicker promptly missed, pushing it to the right. So the Steelers get in as the last team. The Panthers are in because the Saints lost to the Falcons. And I know Saints fans are probably a little depressed about that, but it may actually be good because now you get that last place in your division schedule instead of the second place in the division schedule. So I think they'll be okay. They'll be okay. And they have a lot to build on with Tyler Shuck. Man, he's good. He is so much fun to watch. And then with all of that, we've got the transfer portal open.
Oh, my goodness.
How many people have...
What was the number I saw yesterday? Like the total that have entered the transfer portal now?
See that number.
Like the number
I'm sure
was
it's insane.
Yeah, insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So college football is a mess because of the calendar.
Right.
They've got to make some sensible changes to all this. This isn't good for anybody.
Did you watch game day before the Rose Bowl as they were getting rained out sitting there?
I didn't get a chance.
They had a long discussion about this. And,
Okay.
you know, Saban basically, because he's lived all of it.
Yeah.
He's like, here's what we need to do
Right.
to change all of
Right.
this.
And oh, by the way,
And the timing of everything.
the 4 teams left in the college football playoffs, every coach coached under Nick Saban.
I know.
That's
How
pretty
crazy is
amazing.
that? Yeah.
But,
Yeah. And 3 of them
Yeah.
have never been there before,
oh, I know.
which is very cool for
Very
those
cool.
teams.
It's
yeah.
definitely different this year. Now, Lanning, the coach from Oregon, he said that he thinks they need to adjust it so that the last game of the year is January 1st.
That could be cool.
I mean, I think that's a possibility
Yeah.
for sure, because then you don't have to worry about the transfer portal and blah, blah, blah. But they've got some issues.
Or change the timing
Yeah.
of that. Change the timing of all of it. I mean, between
Yeah.
the coaching situations and everything, you
Because
know.
if you are going to transfer as a player and you're even in this Final Four,
Yeah.
most colleges are starting up today, if not next week already.
Right.
How are you going to transfer when?
Mhm.
Yeah, so it's crazy. But Wisconsin ended up getting the highest rated quarterback, the guy from Old Dominion. So that's good for them.
I thought the highest rated one was the one coming out of Cincinnati.
Oh,
That just
I've seen
just-
different.
I have too.
lists,
So they're all
yeah.
the highest rated.
Yeah,
but just
yeah.
he just committed to Texas Tech.
Right, I saw that.
Yeah.
And the Arizona State guy might come to LSU, sounds like. Looking at LSU, maybe.
I don't know, but it's just I can't imagine how you try to coach a team. We've talked about
I
that
know.
before.
Yeah.
How do you coach a team like
Meanwhile, Lane Kiffin's assistants, are they going to stay
Well,
with Ole Miss till the 19th,
know.
or are they coming?
that? I don't know.
It's crazy.
But it's also gotten to where, I mean, because I look at it from the Auburn standpoint, a lot of they're all leaving because they're all demanding more money.
Yes, I know.
And he's like, no,
Yeah.
you know, so it's, I hate what a mess it's made of it.
It really has. Meanwhile, last night, and I hate that this
Meanwhile.
game was opposite
Meanwhile,
the NFL game, but they had the Amos Alonzo Stag Bowl last night on ESPN, which is the Division III National Championship. And University of Wisconsin River Falls defeated North Central out of Illinois, which,
that only people like you would know about.
right, but River Falls, they hadn't made the playoffs since 1986.
Oh, wow.
So their coach came in just the last few years to completely turn around that program. Their quarterback, who won the equivalent of the Heisman Trophy for Division III, the Gallardi Trophy, last night, with his combined running and passing, surpassed Joe Burrow's record of combined yards in a
Wow.
season. Yeah, over 6,000 yards.
See, there's some
combined.
amazing athletes
Yeah.
in D3.
Oh,
Like,
there are.
Yeah.
In Wisconsin's conference, the WEAC, they've produced so many champions through the years. A few years ago, Whitewater was a really great team, but their coach ended up leaving. They're still good, but not as good. Oshkosh has been there.
Yeah.
I remember in the 90s, Wisconsin lacrosse won the national championship because the kid I covered in high school was on their team. So it's just cool to see. A friend of mine was the basketball coach at UW Stevens Point for several years in the late 90s and into the 2000s. He won 3 national championships.
Wow.
So yeah,
That's
it's
very
kinda,
cool.
It is cool.
Yeah.
It is cool. I personally really liked it when LC was a D3 school. I mean, NAI is fine, but I don't know, something about D3 just felt different to me.
We've enjoyed it.
Yeah.
We've enjoyed our college athlete
Hendricks?
went back already up
Okay.
to Hendricks because
Hendricks is
they've got
D3?
winter training for 2 weeks because
Wow.
they're still mid-season.
Yeah.
So before classes start back, they've got to be back there getting themselves back in swim readiness.
Is Kenyon still a big swimming
Oh,
team? at the
Kenyon's
level?
a huge
Yeah.
swimming school. Both my boys went to swimming camp at Kenyon.
Okay.
My brother's actually a Kenyon graduate and
Wow.
on the board at Kenyon, so
Yeah.
we still have strong ties there. So both of them went up to do their swimming camp during the summer.
A friend
Yeah,
of,
it's an amazing.
when I lived in Wisconsin in the 90s, a friend of mine, his son went to Kenyon and was part of some national championships.
Yep.
So that's how I kind of got to know about them.
Mhm. It is a beautiful area of Ohio right
Oh,
there.
yeah.
Yeah,
Most areas are, right?
they are.
Except Cleveland.
It's gotten better. I hear. I haven't
Remember-
been back to Cleveland in forever,
remember
but I
Sam
hear
Wa-
it's gotten better.
Remember Sam Weish? You live in Cincinnati. You don't live in Cleveland.
Yeah.
No, I've got a good friend from Cleveland. It seems like a decent place. It gets probably maligned. It's the kind of place that even when they made Major League the movie based on the Cleveland
Right.
Indians, they shot it in Milwaukee. So, but I'm not going to talk because
I was going to say.
there's a movie that just came out with
Oof.
Hugh Jackman, Song Sung Blue.
Yeah?
And it's about a couple that had a tribute band for Neil Diamond.
Oh, yeah, that one's out in the theaters.
Yeah.
It
And
looked kind of good.
but they shot it in New Jersey. It's like, come on.
Even though it was supposed to be in Milwaukee?
Yeah, 100%
Oh.
Milwaukee. Now, I will say Kate Hudson, she tried a Milwaukee accent. She did pretty well.
Did she?
Hugh Jackman didn't even try. But I guess he's trying to cover his Australian accent to begin with, right? Isn't he Australian?
Yes, I think. Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So he just sounded kind of straight, plain.
It's hard to cover these darn accents,
Yeah.
so.
No, I took my wife to see that movie the other day.
Did
and it was good. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Kate Hudson will, if she doesn't get nominated, it's a crime because she did a great job. But it's a good story. It's a story about, people that you see this a lot. They just don't always have the silver spoon, but all of a sudden life throws them a good break. But then tragedy intertwines with that. And I don't want to give it away, but I thought I give it like an 8 out of 10, 8.5. Maybe.
See, I've hit
It's
the
good.
stage in my life where I'm now I'll wait for it to come out.
The streams, yeah.
I can stream it at home.
Well, it's funny you say that because going to the theater, over the last couple of years,
Yeah.
I usually will go like on a Friday afternoon by myself.
Yeah.
And I can't tell you how many times I've had the theater essentially to myself.
Well, I can
And
imagine so.
And I've gotten spoiled to that. So we were at the movie the other day, and wouldn't you know it, there's a couple sitting right behind us, even though there were only
Even though
like
you
10.
pick your seats.
Yeah, there were like 10 people in the theater, and
Oh my gosh.
the older lady,
Did she
was-
talk the whole time?
not the whole time, but enough times that it was like,
Were you turning around glaring all the time at her?
No, but I'm like, oh.
That's awful.
What?
See, another reason why I just rather
Yeah,
comfort in my own home, make my own popcorn. It's all good.
Yeah.
Save a lot of money.
you do. You do.
Yeah.
Although I have my rewards card, and I got my popcorn for free this last time. So that was
It's the little things in
yeah,
life.
the little things that
things.
make a huge difference. But obviously, we have a lot to talk about this morning. 318-442 is our phone number on the BOM Bank talk line. And we'll be open until 8 o'clock here with Trish Lala. And then at 8:05, Stephen will be in here as he's got his fatherly responsibilities this morning, i.e. taking his daughter to daycare,
Right.
which I guess might be the first time since
I would imagine.
the holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, all right, let's take a call before we go to the break. Thanks for waiting. Good morning. You're on Talkback.
Hey, good morning. Thank you for taking my call. I wanted to sing that guy's praises, that coach from Wisconsin, Riverbend. He had his first 5 seasons there were losing seasons. His third season there, they went 0-10.
Wow.
At the bigger schools, they'd have cut him off,
Oh, yeah.
But he was trying to build something, and it takes a little while. And guys that I talk to, they say, oh well, because that team put up 50 points on everybody they played,
Mhm.
and they say, yeah, but they're not playing against the same caliber defenses as Joe Burrow's. Yeah, but they are playing against people that are of his caliber. So
Right.
so if you watch the game, these guys play with all their heart, and they make tremendous. I love their tackles, man. They get after it.
Mhm.
They don't try to, just bump a guy. They tackle, and then the guys making catches. They had some incredible catches. So it wasn't that just this guy just lucked up. Now we'll see next year what he does. That he just didn't just luck up and get a Tom Brady, and now he's winning. He's built it up, and so I think this is like his 13th or 14th season there. And the school was patient with him, and I don't know what he had to correct, but he had to correct something because he went 5 seasons without winning. Without a winning season,
Mhm.
and now they were playing a dynasty. Look, that North Central Illinois, they had been in I think the last 6 national championships. They said, and they were a ball control offense. I loved the way they played. Now they had 3 turnovers that made the difference in the game, but it was a great game. And for the bigger schools, they want to win. They want to win now. They want to win now. And so you sacrifice some things. Now, who knows how long this goes? Maybe another rivalry where they meet each other in the national championships every year. I don't know. But I just thought that was good. And I wanted to also say this. Cornelius' 65th birthday, so happy birthday to Cornelia.
Oh, happy birthday. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. Matt Walker is the coach at UW River Falls. And as you said, it took him a while to get there, but he has built something really incredible. It's amazing.
Yeah, and if the people who diss it would watch it,
Oh,
see
yeah.
that these guys are playing at a
Yeah.
high level of skill.
Yep.
They're making cuts. They're running defenses. This guy made a no-look pass that I had never seen done in college football before. I used to play men's flag football after I couldn't play high school anymore. That we played against a cat that could do that. And you cannot play his own defense against these people. Because in his own defense, you're reading the quarterback's eyes. He'll look you off every time. He hit a guy standing right beside me in the end zone. I'm just frozen.
Wow.
And, so when he made that, I was excited. I tuned into that game. And so anyway, it's a great, I advise people, if you're interested in the game of football, look up these lesser schools and you won't be sorry.
Yep. All right. Thank you so much.
Happy New Year.
Yep. Happy New Year to you too. Appreciate
Well,
it.
and they're doing it for the love of football.
Yeah. And when you think about it, I mean, you have the playoffs in Division III, you have the playoffs in Division II, you have the playoffs in the FCS.
Yeah, FCS.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, and it really wouldn't be that hard to just make it a 16-team field for the FBS. I mean, really, they have cheapened the bowl games so much now, especially with...
I've barely paid attention.
I know.
I paid attention to the Pop-Tarts Bowl because it's cute and Georgia
Yeah.
Tech was in it.
Yeah. But it sucks because,
Yeah.
you know, you get these teams and they're like, well, they don't have their quarterback because he's in the transfer portal.
Yeah.
And it's like...
So we're not going to play a bowl game.
So you're basically just doing kind of like preseason scrimmages in the bowl games. You know,
I agree.
So you've already ruined the bowl system. You might as well make it a playoff with 16 teams. Just do it right and go from there. That's my thought at this point. But back to Division III, as he mentioned, that North Central team, they had won 2 of the last 3 coming into this year, and they had lost a couple along the way. Mary Hardin Baylor, a Texas school that was in the same conference as LC when they were Division III, they had won it in, 2021 was one of the years they had won it, I know for sure. And there have been a couple of players that have made the NFL out of Division III. If you watch the Denver Broncos, they're starting, it's right guard maybe. He went to Wisconsin Whitewater. So you'll see some guys pop up in the NFL that played at Division III. And Ryan Ramczyk, who was on the Saints, who was really good, and if he hadn't had so many injuries, he probably would have been one of the all-time best Saints offensive linemen. He started out at Division III school before he transferred to Wisconsin. So, yeah, it keeps a lot of these kids' dreams alive. When LC had Division III, our current football coach, Ben McLaughlin, he was a finalist, Final 3 for the Gallardi Trophy because he had such a prolific season. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But, all right, we need to take a break. We'll come back with more Talkback.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics. With 18 providers and 3 locations, someone can see you today.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Smart rings have been catching on with consumers, offering many of the same sleep and wellness insights as smartwatches, but with a more discreet design. According to IDC, smart rings saw a 49% jump in shipments last year. Oura launched its first smart ring in 2015 and hit $1 billion in revenue last year. The next frontier in this space is likely to be the integration of blood work data. Checking on your money, S&P and NASDAQ futures are heading for a higher open. Technology shares are driving the gains this morning. Chevron and other oil stocks are jumping after President Trump pledged to revive Venezuela's energy sector. And IKEA is facing one of the toughest periods in its history with flat sales, soaring timber costs, and brutal competition from the likes of Amazon and Temu. Profit at the furniture giant plunged 26% last year. IKEA has been overhauling its business by cutting prices and speeding up deliveries. Courtney Donahoe, Bloomberg Radio.
From all of us at the Rapides Parish Library, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy New Year, happy all the things. This season, we want to say a huge thank you to the wonderful people of Rapides Parish for supporting your library all year long. Whether you've checked out a book, attended a program, or simply enjoy the gift of lifelong learning, you make what we do possible. We're proud to serve this community today and every day. From our library family to yours, warm wishes for a bright and joyful holiday season.
My husband is a veteran, and he was injured in the line of duty.
It happened while I was deployed to Iraq. An IED detonated 3 feet from my face.
It was bad.
I remember thinking, Who's going to take care of my wife and daughter?
We took care of each other with a lot of help from DAV.
Every year, DAV helps more than 1 million veterans like Jason get the life-changing support and benefits they've earned.
My victory is knowing my disability doesn't define me.
Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Well, good morning. Some fog to start us out in many areas, but not a bad day at all. 71 for the afternoon high under partly sunny skies. And we'll see winds out of the south at about 5 miles an hour today. Tonight, mostly cloudy down to 56 for the overnight low. And our Tuesday, not a nice day, partly sunny. 77 should do it for the afternoon high. It's going to be a windy day on Tuesday. From the Zenlaw Broadcasting Weather Center, I'm Dave Gratian.
If you'd like to take part in the show today, call the BOM Bank Talk line at 442-8255. That's 442-TALK. And remember, if you're looking to purchase or refinance your home, call Christina Bagwell at the BOM Bank Mortgage Department at 448-2430.
970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYL. To take part in the show, call 442-8255. That's 442-TALK. Talk back.
All right, we are back. Alan and Trish with you on our first show of 2026. Doesn't it feel weird to say 2026?
2026. I mean, I was still getting used to 2025.
Yeah.
I don't know. Wait a second.
Man.
And then this morning, I was just driving in here.
Yeah.
It was cold.
Yeah.
It was foggy.
Right.
But yet the moon was shining bright as the sun.
Yeah.
Like, how is all of this happening at one time right here?
Yeah. It's been an interesting year because, you know, we've had days that are cold, and then we've had, like at Christmas time, it was so warm.
Yeah.
It didn't even really feel like Christmas.
I know.
By the way, I hope you had a good one. You were on the road, though. You guys were traveling, right?
We did do some traveling, yeah. Yep. Went and got to see. It was great because, you know, we already can feel this. You know this for sure. When you have, you know, we've got 4 kids. You've got me beat. But having everybody together at one time doesn't happen all that often.
Yeah.
And so we got to go spend time with my family. And so of all 5 siblings, we were all there, and all of our kids were there. So all the grandkids at one time in one place.
That's amazing.
That does not happen very often at all.
Right. Yeah, we kind of had that happen with my son's wedding back in December.
I was going to say that was just December,
13,
right, Al?
Yeah.
Not that long ago.
It wasn't that long ago, but then it feels like it was months ago already. Just because this time of year, there's so much going on.
I know. I can't imagine. You know, we're in the middle of wedding planning right now ourselves. And I can't imagine having that on top of, she's having a September wedding. So you've got some breathing room before the holidays ever start afterwards.
Right.
But doing that and the holidays and everybody coming, that's a lot at one time.
It was.
When it was over, you're like,
We were.
in a coma for a week.
As much as you love having the grandkids here, it's like when they leave, it's like, listen to that.
Silence in the house.
Quiet. Wow. I guess that's why you have little kids when you're young.
Absolutely, it is. We keep saying that all the time. I don't know how I used to do everything that I did. At the time of my life when I did it, while we had 4 young kids, and we're both going with, work, our careers, with all volunteer stuff, kids having activities all over the place, schoolwork. Our kids were laughing about, like, which one of them got in the worst trouble when they would come in at 9 o'clock at night as they remembered they needed a poster board the next morning.
Oh, those days.
Those days.
Yeah. So
I finally kept spares. I always had spares. Poster board. You never know.
Being proactive.
Absolutely.
You gotta.
Some of those school projects, man.
Oh, I know. Yeah. So, but now we get back into kind of the grind and the day-to-day things, but I feel like once you get into the ritual of everydayism, it's actually not bad. You know?
No.
Like mentally when you're, I got to get back to work. But then once you do, you're like, oh,
it's the routine of it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, we kind of thrive off the routine of it all.
And before you know it, it's going to be Christmas again. I mean, these years just fly by.
I know, don't say that.
They always say as you get older, the years fly by faster. And that really
it's true.
Seems to be the case. Yeah.
It's true. I feel like I sound like an old lady all the time, but it really does.
Back in my day.
I know. But that's why I didn't have a problem when Stephen was like, hey, can you come in to cover for the first part of the show? Like, it gets me It gets me to the office early because I always go to the office and get things kind of settled a little bit before I come over. It gets my week going.
Right.
So I'm like, all right. If not, who knows? I might have been a little lazy this morning.
But that age gap is getting more real. Because I saw a funny meme yesterday. It said, every time now I'll say, what you talking about, Willis?
Nobody knows.
I realize nobody knows what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about. There was something I did like that the other day, and it wasn't that one, but it was like that. And then I realized nobody around me knows what that
right.
is.
Especially for us Gen Xers. I mean, we have so much pop culture ingrained in our brains that things just come out all the time. And especially as a college professor now, I'll say things and students just look at me like,
Bueller?
What are you talking about?
Bueller.
So if it's that awkward moment, I just go, 6'7", and then, then they cheer.
Then they bounce right back.
Exactly. Get their attention.
Crazy.
Again. So in 20 or 30 years, they'll be like, remember when we used to say that 6'7" thing?
That's right.
What was that all about anyway?
And they won't even know. Just like
Nobody
of us
knows.
do. Nobody knows.
But it seems like those things trend faster and then they're gone quicker. There's probably something else already that I'm not aware of. If we have any teachers on the audience, you may know. But anywho, so yeah, we start our semester next Monday, but I'll be up at the office this week working on class prep. So here we are.
Yep.
And the spring semester is always busy. It flies by. Looking forward to it.
True.
And over the weekend, we had the rivalry, the Red River rivalry between LSU
That's right.
And LSU Alexandria, which I actually was out of town for, so I didn't get a chance to see it. But I know the guys' game ended up being pretty close. Let me see if I can find those scores for you. Hang on one second.
I was trying to see who could Google faster.
Well, it's not a matter of Googling. It's the computer's not being as fast as I want it to be.
That's the women's score. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But
67-61.
Yeah. Our guys have struggled this year. Women have too. But they play pretty hard, obviously, if they only lost by 3. As for the women's game, you said you saw that score.
You have to do your math again, Al. Lost by 3.
Lost by 6. What am I saying?
And
the women's game wasn't as close. It was 77-50. So the LSU women are starting to put together now. They were kind of scuffling off. Well, they broke a losing streak. No, that's our women. I'm sorry. Wrong team. I'm a mess this morning. I need to get back into the flow. There, yeah. Our women's team has been scuffling. Now 1-12 on the season. Yeesh. That's not good. As for the Lady Generals, I just clicked on their sports information page, and let's see if I can find their schedule. I know the first time we played them, they had lost several games. So they're 5-7 overall, but now that they're getting into conference action, they seem to be playing a little bit better. So there you go. All right. Again, 318-442-8255 is our number here on Talkback. Let's go back to the phones. Thank you for waiting. You're on Talkback. Good morning.
Yes, good morning and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Thank you for the service that you do. But I want to ask you, does anybody know what the project is beside the neighborhood Walmart on Jackson Street? All those looks like duplex houses. Who owns it? Is it a low-rent housing project or what?
No, that's another project that Durian is building right there. Kind of like he's built a bunch of those duplexes now, some in Pineville. He's got a number of them out in Woodworth, and now that's one of his latest projects. So, no.
Who's doing that?
Who's that? Is it Durand?
Yes, Durand Builders.
Durand Builders. Okay.
Yeah. He's also doing the project out at LSUA for the a housing project out there, too. So, yeah. He's kind of going gangbusters with those. Yes, he is local. Yep.
I've never heard of him before.
Yep. We deal with a lot of people that are coming in looking to rent. We don't have a lot of rental, like apartment complexes and things like that. When we get, especially the younger people moving here, Procter & Gamble brings a lot of their younger professionals here, stuff like that. And so they end up renting a lot of these because they're nice, they're new, they're small little neighborhoods kind of put together. And they really, really like them. So,
well, I've lived here for 56 years and I've never heard of them. Duran. I've never heard of them. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you very much as well. In relation to Duran Duran? Another Gen X joke there. So, I'm trying to remember. Did we take our 7:40 break? I'm all messed up this morning.
You are all messed up. No, we have not.
Okay.
I don't think we have we?
All right. Well, we better do that now. All right. We'll be right back.
KSYL.
Some smiles sound like this, while others sound this way. If you'd like to improve the way your smile sounds, the folks over at Today's Dental in Pineville can deliver. Over the years, hundreds of Central Louisiana patients have visited Today's Dental and then left completely satisfied. Their dental implant procedure is amazingly simple, low anxiety, and completely affordable. Today's technology makes your beautiful smile easier than ever. The staff at Today's Dental go out of their way to make you comfortable with calming in-office IV sedation that's administered by a highly skilled certified nurse and anesthetist. And their multiple finance options make the entire procedure truly affordable. Want your smile to sound better? Give Today's Dental a call at 318-448-4540. It's a general dental facility on Highway 28 East in Pineville, owned by Dr. Jonas Goche. That's 318-448-4540.
Want to make 2026 your year of adventure? Book that trip and learn a new language with Babbel. Go ahead, make a resolution you can stick to. Now is the time. Babbel's New Year sale is here. Unlock all of the languages on Babbel with the lifetime subscription for 65% off. Just go to Babbel.com and start today. Babbel teaches you relevant words and phrases, so you can start speaking with confidence in as little as 3 weeks. And because Babbel's bite-sized lessons fit easily into your daily routine and are easy to remember, you'll be talking like a local in time for takeoff. Dive into the world of language learning content with Babbel's videos, podcasts, and stories from around the world, full of culture bites and language learning tips. Turn your daydream into a destination this year with Babbel. But don't wait. This offer ends January 15th. Get Babbel's lifetime access for less at Babbel.com. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Now back to Talk Bang, 970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYL.
All right, we are back here on Talk Back on your Monday. Al Quartermont's trying to get it figured out, get back into the routine of doing this. Just a couple of weeks can really mess you up. And, well, you're going to hear a much deeper voice now as Trish has left and Steven has jumped in. Nice of you to join us here this morning.
How's it going?
Good. How have you been?
Pretty good. You know, glad to be back. Was enjoying waking up at 8, but we'll take it. Well, 7:30.
Yeah. So what time you normally, about 5:30? Because you got to walk the dog?
5:45.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a lot better than your morning TV days.
1:45 in the morning.
Jeez.
1:45.
Yeah. When I did morning TV, I would usually wake up maybe like 3:30, I guess. But still.
I did 1:45 just so I could get myself together.
Our show started at 5:30, so...
Oh, we were...
For a while, we started at 5, then it switched to 5:30. When it started at 5, I think I got up at 3. And usually I would get there 45 minutes before showtime. Give me time to go through all the scripts.
45 minutes?
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
Unless I had to produce it, then I had to get there earlier.
We went on air at 4:30.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like, how many people are up watching at that time? You know what I mean?
Well, I think they only did it because the competition started doing it.
Oh, yeah.
One of those things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, here you didn't really have competition, so you didn't need to worry about that.
That's true.
All right. Just saw a news story this morning. A man was taken into custody after allegedly causing property damage, including breaking windows at Vice President Vance's home in Ohio, according to Secret Service. He was taken into custody by the Cincinnati Police Department. People are dumb. What is wrong with folks?
Pretty dumb thing to do.
Yeah. So, obviously, the big news story this morning is what has taken place in Venezuela and what will happen kind of moving forward. Any thoughts on that this morning?
A lot.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to put you on the spot because I know that your wife grew up in Venezuela, but did she have any feelings on it?
It was a big deal in our house. What was it, Saturday morning?
Yeah.
I think it was Saturday morning. I get woken up to like yelling. And she's
really?
Like, oh my gosh. Like, and I thought like we were dying or something happened to the kid or the dog. And she's like, Maduro's been captured, blah, blah, blah. So we pretty much spent the past 2 days watching that news coverage, her catching up with people, seeing what's going on.
Yeah.
A lot of mixed emotions from the people that we know, just about the whole situation. I have my opinions, but it's just one of those situations where you can go back and analyze everything, but if you're not involved and you're not directly involved with foreign policy, it's always a hard thing to talk about.
Right.
You don't really want to give your opinion just because you want to wait till see how things play out. But it seems like a net positive, I would say, for sure. But there's some concern, when you hear the words country taking over another country, even temporarily, it gets some people a little worried. But
well, I think only in regard to that, we've seen what's happened when, say, like Libya or even Iraq, Afghanistan, when you take out a dictatorship type leader, it destabilizes the country for a time as well. And you have the potential with ending up with something even worse than you had before if you're not careful with it. So
you're preaching to the choir. I agree.
Yeah. So maybe they've learned from that, they being like the State Department or whatever, and just want to make sure that doesn't happen.
The main concern, and I've heard good answers from Rubio, the main concern, I think a lot of the people who are really happy about this, they're like, but wait, Delcy Rodriguez, the current vice president, is the one they're going to be working with.
Yeah.
And then you have the other ones, I can't pronounce the names, but Vladimir and all the other ones. It's like these 4 or 5 people that everyone there who's against the regime cannot stand. And they say they're the real power brokers in this whole situation. Maduro was just almost a puppet. They know these people, they know what they're about, and they want to see them gone. But Rubio on Meet the Press yesterday, they were saying, like, why didn't you just take them all out? And he's like, are you kidding me? That's absurd. You know how hard it was to get one? You want us to do that 5 times at the same time?
Yeah.
And they always say that, like, a couple families, 50 families run Venezuela. Like, Rodriguez is over the oil, and this one is over that. Her brother's over this. Their friend's over that. And so it's a weird dynamic. You got to negotiate with somebody, and they had to pick somebody, and they're saying that maybe she was the one that handed over Maduro. Yeah. It's very complicated. And then you're talking about what it was all about. People are like, oil, but it's more than that.
Much more
than that. It's about the dollar. It's about the power structure with Russia and China.
Yes.
It's about a lot.
Well, and I think on that, with Russia and China, national security as well. And kind of building on the Monroe Doctrine of we want to maintain the control of the Western Hemisphere.
With Greenland, too.
Yeah.
The same thing.
Right. So very interesting times, to say the least. All right, we'll come back with more. We're going to take this last break for the half hour.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics.
Attention all real estate agents, property owners, and lenders. When you or a client needs a real estate attorney, call the professionals at Thompson Law Firm. Whether the legal matter is basic or complex, the Thompson Law Firm can accurately guide you or your client to a successful outcome. That's why numerous industry professionals have trusted the Thompson Law Firm for years. They also handle estate planning, successions, and business law. Call them at 473-0052. I am a paid non-client attorney spokesperson.
Hi, I'm Nancy Landry. No matter what part of our great state you call home, Louisiana's elections are an important part of who we are. In 2026, closed party primaries will change how some of those elections happen, so you'll want to know what to do. Keeping your registration current ensures you'll get the right party-based ballot. Remember, this change only applies to certain offices. To learn more, visit GoVote.com or download the GoVote app.
Paid for by the Louisiana Secretary of State's Office.
970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYO. Now back to Talkback.
All right, we are back. Alan Stephen with you in the new year, 2026. Before the break, we were talking about the situation in Venezuela. Now, your wife came to the country. Was she a political asylum?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
she's a naturalized citizen now.
Right. As American as apple pie and you and me.
That's right. Yeah.
Love her. She's awesome. Yeah, and I know a lot of her family lives here as well. So it had to be like Saturday must have been wild for all of them.
It was a big deal. I mean, that's what we spent the whole weekend doing, watching the news. She has her Venezuelan journalists, and we watched those if I could understand them. And
yeah.
But another big thing that I think perturbed a lot of people, but it makes sense. You got to look at why they're doing this. The administration, Maria Corina Machado, who won the Nobel Peace Prize, during the news conference, Trump says she's not very well respected. We don't think she could lead the country.
Mm-hmm.
And that ticked off a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Just because she essentially won the presidential vote with like 80%. Technically, she wasn't the one on the ballot, but it's a complicated situation. Edmundo Gonzalez was. But they were kind of upset about that. But I would hold out hope, and there's a good chance that she could be one day.
Yeah.
But there's also a lot of things at play. She doesn't have military power. She doesn't have... A lot of her supporters aren't even in the country at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the administration in America is trying to be realistic.
Yeah.
And it's just not an easy situation.
It was interesting to watch a lot of the protests that were happening this weekend here in the U.S. Kind of the same characters. You see a lot of the professional paid protesters who've traded their Ukrainian flags for Palestinian flags and now Venezuelan flags. But
you get it too. I mean, a lot of the MAGA wing are isolationist. And so this probably doesn't make them very happy.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the Republicans don't like the isolationist wing.
Right.
But it's a very fractured politics we have now, even in the own party.
Yeah.
So.
No.
You have to understand too, like when you're bombing another country, and people are like, "Wait, I thought we said we weren't going to do that," and they did. Not saying that's what I agree with.
Yeah.
But that's what a lot of people think.
Yeah. But just interesting. Now Maduro and his wife apparently might make their initial court appearance in New York, which is now the new home of communism in America.
It should be today sometime. The judge is like 90-something years old, too. Did you see that?
No.
I think he's like 90-something.
Really?
I'm not saying that's not capable, but...
Dang. Is he a hanging judge?
I don't know. But I think a lot of people were all... If you're from that area...
Is he familiar with the warmth of communism?
I don't know. I couldn't tell you. He might have been the judge whenever the first socialist governor of New York was there, mayor of New York, like in the 1800s.
So. Could be, yeah. Oh, gosh. All right, much more to come up in hour number 2. Also at 8:30, Coley Plaster from Clico will be here telling us a little bit about some of their community projects and how you can get involved. So, a lot coming up in hour number 2, so stay with us.
You've been listening to Talkback. The opinions expressed were those of the hosts and callers, and not necessarily those of Cenlaw Broadcasting.
AM 970, FM 104.9, KSYL, and KRRV 100.3, HD3, Alexandria.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Pfizer.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. Captured Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro and his wife were whisked from a detention center in Brooklyn to federal court in Lower Manhattan this morning, first by helicopter, then armored vehicle. Correspondent Matt Gutman is outside the courthouse.
Maduro is facing 4 federal charges, including conspiracy to commit narco-terrorism, conspiracy to import cocaine, and weapons possession charges. Maduro was first indicted by the Trump administration in 2020, and that indictment has now been updated with new charges and new defendants.
Venezuela's Supreme Court has ruled Maduro's vice president is the nation's new president. She's already been sworn in as she faces threats from President Trump. Correspondent Weijia Jiang is at the White House.
After Trump announced over the weekend the U.S. would run Venezuela, Trump told The Atlantic in a phone interview if she doesn't do what's right, she is going to pay a very big price. And he issued another warning, saying Rodriguez needs to give the U.S. total access to the country's oil reserves, or else.
She will face a situation probably worse than the New York.
Trump administration officials are planning to brief members of Congress on the operation that led to the Maduro's arrests. Virginia's Democratic Senator Tim Kaine tells CBS Mornings those officials have a lot of explaining to do.
They need to explain why this is legal. I believe it's an illegal action because we're not supposed to be at war without a vote of Congress. They need to tell us why it's a smart thing to do.
The first trial gets underway in Texas today in law enforcement's failed response to the 2022 Uvalde school shootings. KRLD's Chris Fox has details from Austin.
Former Uvalde School District police officer Adrian Gonzalez faces 29 counts of child endangerment and abandonment. He's accused of failing to engage the gunman at Robb Elementary after hearing gunshots and not following his active shooter training. His attorney, Nico LaHood.
He feels he's innocent. He feels all he did was show up to try to help those children.
19 students and 2 teachers were killed in the shootings. A court in Paris has found almost a dozen people guilty of cyberbullying President Emmanuel Macron's wife. CBS's Vicki Barker is at the foreign desk.
The 10 were found guilty of spreading false claims that First Lady Brigitte Macron is transgender. But the big legal battle is still to come in the U.S., where the Macrons are suing right-wing influencer Candace Owens for voicing similar conspiracy theories about the First Lady's gender.
The French defendants were also found guilty of posting malicious comments about the Macron 24-year age gap.
CBS News Radio is your home for breaking news. With our team of reporters around the country and the world, we give you the coverage you can trust.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place. Where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy place every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
This new year, get started on your next success with University of Maryland Global Campus. Apply by February 11th and get your application fee waived. An accredited state university, UMGC offers online and hybrid classes, along with more than 135 degrees and certificates in fields like business, cybersecurity, healthcare, and more. Gain the skills you need to achieve your career goals. Get your application fee waived through February 11th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chef.
Louisiana Radio Network, I'm Colleen Crane. In 3 months, state lawmakers will be in Baton Rouge for the regular legislative session. Senate President Cameron Henry anticipates a lengthy discussion about the state's future energy needs, with construction beginning on 2 massive data centers and the possibility of more centers being built in the Bayou State.
What's that going to cost us as it relates to the power that's required and the water that's required to operate those facilities, and who has to pay for that in the long run?
The session runs from March 9th to June 1st. If you've made healthy eating your New Year's resolution, LSU Health Shreveport Director of Institutional Wellness, Dr. Marie Vasquez Morgan, says everything starts with the food chosen to fuel the body. She recommends focusing on balanced meals with lean protein, whole grains, and lots of fruits and vegetables.
Half their plate, at least twice a day, should be vegetables and fruit, something that's very, very colorful. And they're going to be getting lots of vitamins and antioxidants.
LRN.
Craig's Cleaners is now looking for some good employees. In particular, Craig's is looking for people with cashier experience and who have a valid driver's license. It's a pretty sweet job, too. Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. till 6 p.m. with no weekends. Wow. That's right. Here's your chance for every weekend off. Wow. So if you're interested in working for Craig's Cleaners, please apply in person at Craig's main location at 1746 Elliott Street, Alexandria.
Well, good morning. Some fog to start us out in many areas, but not a bad day at all. 71 for the afternoon high under partly sunny skies. And we'll see winds out of the south at about 5 miles an hour today. Tonight, mostly cloudy down to 56 for the overnight low. And our Tuesday, a nice day, partly sunny, 77 should do it for the afternoon high. It's going to be a windy day on Tuesday. From the Zenlaw Broadcasting Weather Center, I'm Dave Grayson.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics. With 18 providers and 3 locations, someone can see you today.
It's Talkback, Central Louisiana's longest-running talk show. Whether it's the guests or the callers, Talkback is where Central Louisiana begins its conversation.
All right, welcome back, everyone, here on Talkback on your Monday morning. I'm Al Quartermont, along with Stephen Maxwell, and we're glad to have you with us as well here on the show as we get underway once again in this year 2026. It just feels weird. Every time we go to a new year, it feels weird saying that.
I haven't even really thought about it.
Really?
Like, it just really hasn't even registered for me.
Because it doesn't feel real, or just
Life goes on.
Life goes on.
Like, usually it's like an exciting thing. You see the new number and you stay up. I haven't even really noticed.
Did you do anything special on New Year's Eve?
We dropped by her family's house for a bit. They were sick again, so but I think we're over it now.
Okay.
It's that time of year for daycares.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think my wife was in bed by 9, and I stayed up and watched the ball drop in New York, and that was pretty much it. I'm like, all right, I'm done.
I sound like a Grinch Scrooge half the time. I'd rather watch paint dry than watch the ball drop. It's just not my thing.
I mean, I will only tune in like 2 minutes before they actually do it. I did flip around maybe 15 minutes before, just seeing what all the networks, how they were doing it. CNN, man, I'm not even going to describe what their coverage was like. It was just like, really? I mean, and then, did you see the clip of Scott Van Pelt? So ESPN, I think they picked up the ABC feed right when the ball dropped, because he was on because New Year's Eve was the night that you had the college football game. Was that Miami against Ohio State? It was one of the games Friday night. And all of a sudden you had 2 guys kissing on camera, and he's like, whoa. And then he realized, he's like, everyone's having fun. It was just like awkward.
I was wondering why he was trending the other day.
That's why.
I didn't look it up.
Like, his reaction was hilarious.
Oh.
He didn't expect to see that, but then he realized, I probably can't really say anything about it without getting in trouble. So, oh man, it was funny.
Oh no, something that happens every day.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But yeah, no, I like seeing it drop and then playing I think they used just the recording from Guy Lombardo, because he was a big band orchestra guy in the 90s. I mean, in the 20th century, the 1900s. That's what I'm trying to say. And he used to have that special every year, and then Dick Clark kind of took it over, and now Ryan Seacrest does it. And then they go into Sinatra's New York, New York. Mm-hmm. It's always cool. Then once that's done, I'm like, all right, I'm out. So.
And what I really wanted to do is whenever you time out Star Wars Episode 4, where the Death Star blows up at the right time,
right?
That's what you want.
Yeah.
Or you can do the Merry Christmas for Harry Potter.
Yeah.
See, I really like being a nerd if I'm going to do it.
Yeah. I think one of the basketball movie Hoosiers, you can set it to where right when the ball drops, Jimmy Chitwood hits the winning shot. I mean, all kinds of movie culminations like that.
But the Death Star, that's the best one.
That is a good one. Okay. All right, let's go back to the phones on the BOM Bank Talk Line. Good morning, you're on Talkback.
Al, this is John over at Lou and Lars. I just want to let y'all know we were open today.
Open today?
We got the food trailer over there today. We're going to be serving roasted chicken, hamburgers, beef po' boys, and curly fries.
That's in Pineville you're talking about?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah, I saw you have the sign up now. That looks awesome.
Thank you. We got the slab poured for the new restaurant.
How many months do you think it'll take to get it all built and put together and ready to go?
July.
Is
what we're shooting.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's going to be a great location for you.
I think so. I just want to let you know we had the food trailer there, so come by and get you a po' boy.
Will it be there every day or just select days?
We're going to be there at least 5 days a week for now.
Nice.
Kind of playing it by ear, see how it goes.
Okay. So for folks that aren't familiar, that's kind of at the end of what's basically military highway.
It's by Sweet Joy.
Sweet Joy, also kind of across from where Taco Bell is, right? That area of Kingsville.
Yep, that's exactly right.
Nice. Well, I know you're excited about it, and congratulations on getting that next step. And now it really starts to feel real for you, doesn't it?
It really does.
Awesome.
Yeah, I saw the sign 2 or 3 days ago. It looked really good. It's cool to see.
Thank you.
What's your most recommended item when somebody comes in?
I think right now, like I said, the roasted chicken and the beef po' boy is what we're kind of concentrating on. We're going to start adding stuff each day of the week. So I think on Fridays you can come get your shrimp po' boy. But I got a feeling your shrimp and fish po' boys on Friday. But I got a feeling that the shrimp po' boy is going to come back a lot quicker because people really like it. So.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah. All right. Well, John, thanks for the update. Keep us posted on things as they continue along.
Don't appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Take care. All right, 318-442-825. Just as I'm talking or thinking about how do I eat healthier to start the year, now I got to consider,
It's tough.
I'm at the point in my life where I'm like, I'm just going to enjoy what I like. In moderation.
Yeah.
And work some, walking and stuff like that. That's probably, I need to get a little more active right now. I got a little lazy the last few months.
You gotta be like me and one of our callers who we're not going to say who. I'm not going to even mention who it was because I don't think he likes that kind of thing. But I met him yesterday at the gym, and you need to join us at the gym. So.
Well, thanks to our new president at LCU, Dr. Johnson, all of the faculty and staff, we now have memberships to the LAC. So I have no excuse now.
Just now? You didn't?
No, we didn't before.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know.
The students do, huh?
Yeah, the students do, but the faculty did not.
Hey.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Good for y'all.
That seems like it should have been something, but I really appreciate him and give him
that's
credit
good.
for doing that.
Good for y'all. I love LAC.
Yeah.
Both of them.
So now I have no excuse for not getting my butt in there.
LAC is the best of both worlds because if you go to the Alec one, you can get like a nice smoothie for $5.
Wow.
Fantastic smoothies.
Really?
And then if you go to Pineville, you can go to the steam room.
Oh, that's true.
So it depends on your mood.
Just gotta be careful you don't die in there. Remember that one?
Don't make that go.
That's true. That
was awful. Awful.
Yeah, that was a bad story. That was years ago though, right? Was that when you were in school still?
Yep.
Wow. And that's been like 10 years now.
Long, yeah.
It's hard to believe how quickly these last like 10 years have gone.
Pretty quick.
Yeah.
Very, very quick. But very slow.
At the same time?
Yeah. We were talking about that the other day. I mean, I graduated, I guess, 11 years ago, 10 years ago. So 2016, 10 years ago. Crazy how time flies. Time flies when you're doing the news.
And the news cycle that just goes over and over again. I was trying to play it, the clip you had mentioned from Marco, but for some reason, I don't know why at times we get that feedback in this line.
Well, I'll say this one thing. I think a bright spot in the administration has been Marco Rubio.
Yeah.
I think he might be one of the most consequential Secretary of States we've had in quite some time.
Yeah.
If they do everything they say they're going to do. And just something about it. I know we're already talking about 2028.
Yeah.
But just looks like a president, acts like a president, has the demeanor of a president.
I feel like the coronation is already for JD.
I think he's going to make a good run for that.
Yeah.
You know, they try and do the coronation all the time with other people. It doesn't always work out.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Rubio would be formidable. Might be the better choice.
People already kind of, I've seen like memes where he's going to be the president of Cuba, Venezuela, and there's one other country. So he's definitely going to have a lot of influence there.
Yeah. I mean, that's a tough job.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot harder than vice president.
Right. So man, why are we getting that echo in there? It's weird. It's just kind of like random. Sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it doesn't. But I can't play any clips while it's.
I don't know what's going on. Sorry.
Yeah.
Probably the calibrate. You got to recalibrate it.
Maybe so. I'll ask Dave when he comes.
Flux capacitor.
The flux capacitor. So over the holiday break, did you do anything fun? Go see any movies?
No movies. Just a lot of meeting with people and doing nothing. Making sure the kid has fun.
Yeah. Did she have a good Christmas?
She did. We got her like a mini like Chuck E. Cheese ball pit. She loves that thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
It's like 200
But
balls.
is it really a ball pit if you don't have like lots of other kids' germs all over it?
Or like French fries at the bottom.
Yeah.
It probably will eventually.
And a creepy Chuck E. Cheese guy walking around?
Yeah. So we got that, and she got all the typical little toys.
I saw somewhere someone posted that. I guess you can get Chuck E. Cheese delivered through like DoorDash or that kind of thing now.
I don't know, but I miss the old Chuck E. Cheese.
The old one? Is it newer now?
I took my daughter to the one, and look, I'm not slandering. Yeah. They have their business models, but it's mostly an arcade now.
Oh, okay.
Back in the day, it had the ball pits and the slides and the jungle gyms and stuff. And
right.
I loved having the physical tickets.
Yeah. They don't do the physical ones anymore? They spit out like that?
It's cards.
Oh.
And it's like a...
Yeah, that was half the experience. You have this giant wad of...
That was the thing, yeah.
Yeah.
So... And Chucky looks different.
The all-new Chucky?
Chucky looks more like a mouse now. We loved the creepy Chucky. But, you know...
My son, Aaron, hated the creepy Chucky.
It was pretty creepy.
He's still traumatized.
Yeah.
I took him when he was like 3 or 4 years old for his birthday. And as soon as that dude came out, Chucky, he's like, can we go now? I'm like, we just got here.
And this is a part of growing up, son. You take it.
That's right. Face your fears like a man. Luke Skywalker did it. He had to go into that cave.
You go up there and you pet Chucky. Or you're going to kneel on dried rice when you get home.
Oh, my gosh.
But,
couple of breaking stories for you. First of all, Governor Landry just posted that he's going to be on Moon Griffon show starting at 9 this morning. For those of you who want to tune into that. And apparently Tim Walz not going to seek re-election for a third term.
Do they usually get a third term in Minnesota? Or
yeah. I mean, it seemed like a slam dunk that he was running again and probably going to win.
Wow.
Until Nick Shirley showed up into his state, started doing stories about daycare centers that have no people going to them.
Interesting.
And have signs spelled wrong and are getting billions of dollars.
It's pretty pathetic.
I don't know if you've seen any of it.
No, I have.
Yeah. But
I didn't know if you're going to bring this up too with the whole Venezuela situation. The other aspect of that. I'm surprised you haven't talked about it yet.
Baseball?
The election.
Oh.
Interference theory that's been going around. It's been circulating again. I think Trump tweeted a couple videos indicating that.
Yeah.
And there's word that Maduro might testify as part of a deal, saying stuff like that.
I have read that, yes.
I have a feel. There's a theory out there that Venezuela is the one who helped aid allegedly rigging the 2020 election. Lots of stuff out there. If I had to guess, I assume it's one of those things where it's always going to be a shadowy thing that just creates doubt and we'll never know anything.
Yeah.
But you never know. Interesting aspect for sure.
Well, also, Venezuela has sent many, many, many very talented baseball players to Major League Baseball and Minor League Baseball. 3 of the Brewers, 2 of their best players and then their top catching prospect have been playing winter ball there this year, and found out yesterday they were supposed to fly home, but they weren't able to get out because the airports have been shut down. But apparently now they've reopened, and hopefully they'll be back soon. But
hopefully there's a time where we can just go and visit.
I know. Yeah. I'm sure your wife and her family, they would love to go back, and they probably have a lot of relatives that are still there.
I think there's a lot of Venezuelans that if it was stabilized, they'd just move back.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Not because they don't like it here. It's just because that's home.
Venezuela used to be a fantastic country.
Look at the videos from the 80s.
Yeah.
And the 90s.
Yeah.
But as we know, same old story.
Mm-hmm. Now New York gets to experience it the next few years.
And there's always different flavors of that and different situations, but
So
I don't think New York will end up like that. Let's hope not.
They're just going to bask in the warmth of collectivism. That phrase is going to live on forever.
Yeah.
Everything that goes wrong there now, people are going to be like, that's the warmth of collectivism.
But you know what? The way I know a lot of those people think, and a lot of that generation, the term rugged individualism is like a dirty word.
Mm-hmm.
So they probably like that.
Mm.
For the people who vote over there and voted for them, that's something they probably like.
Yeah.
So it's we got a lot, and then Seattle's mayor too.
Yeah.
It's going to be an interesting political season.
Right.
In 2028.
It will be. All right. Well,
I don't know if fun's going to be the right word.
Yeah.
Interesting.
All right. Well, we'll take a break, and coming up with more talk back here on KSYL with Alan Stephen right after this.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics. With 18 providers and 3 locations, someone can see you today.
My perfect day has sand, salt water, and friends. But my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis can take me out of the moment. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy. With Skyrizi, most people saw 90% clearer skin, and many were even 100% plaque-free at 4 months. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing on my skin, and that means everything.
Nothing is everything.
Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com, because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, E-T-H-O-S, ethos.com/Mike.
My doctor told me my cholesterol is borderline, so I took control with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula. Garlic helps maintain healthy cholesterol safely and naturally. It's odor and taste-free, and Garlic is a world leader in garlic potency. I'm taking charge of my cholesterol with Garlic Healthy Cholesterol Formula, cholesterol's natural enemy.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. The term natural references only the garlic in the product. Use as directed.
If you'd like to take part in the show today, call the BOM Bank talk line at 442-8255. That's 442-TALK. And remember, if you're looking to purchase or refinance your home, call Christina Bagwell at the BOM Bank Mortgage Department at 448-2430.
970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYL. To take part in the show, call 442-8255. That's 442-TALK.
He's still in place. The defense minister, who has deep ties to Russia, $15 million price on his head, he is still in place. I'm confused. Are they still wanted by the United States? Why didn't you arrest them if you are taking out the narco-terrorist regime?
You're confused? I don't know why that's confusing to you.
They're still in
power. It's very simple. You're not going to go in and wrap up. But you can't go. You're going to go in and suck up 5 people. They're already complaining about this one operation. Imagine the howls we would have from everybody else if we actually had to go and stay there 4 days to capture 4 other people. We got the top priority. The #1 person on the list was the guy who claimed to be the president of the country that he was not. And he was arrested along with his wife, who was also indicted. And that was a pretty sophisticated and frankly complicated operation. It was. It is not easy to land helicopters in the middle of the largest military base in the country. The guy lived on a military base. Land within 3 minutes, kick down his door, grab him, put him in handcuffs, read him his rights, put him in a helicopter, and leave the country without losing any American or any American assets. That's not an easy mission. And you're asking me, why didn't we do that in 5 other places at the same time? I mean, that's absurd. I do think this is one of the most, daring, complicated, sophisticated missions this country has carried out in a very long time. Tremendous credit to the U.S. military personnel who did it. It was unbelievable and tremendous success. And today, an indicted drug trafficker who was not the legitimate president of Venezuela, who we don't recognize, the Biden administration didn't recognize, 60-something countries don't recognize, the European Union doesn't recognize, and many countries in Latin America don't recognize. He was a indicted drug trafficker. He was arrested. His wife was arrested, also
but the
indicted, and they are now
others who are
facing
also
justice in an
indicted are
American
still
system of courts.
The others who are also indicted are still in place. So that's the point of my questioning there. But you talked about not being the legitimate
So you wanted
president.
us to land in 5 other military bases?
No, I'm asking why you chose that this was the limit of the military operation. But to your point that you just made, that that Maduro was not the legitimate president.
He was the guy who was claiming to be the president.
Right. Well, the opposition.
Margaret Brennan, my goodness.
I wonder how many more times she could say right. Yeah, I know that politicians, like we've done this a long time, we've interviewed a bunch of them, and we have limited time. And they ramble on purpose. It's a tactic. They know that if they fill time, there's less time to ask questions.
Yeah.
But let the guy answer the question. Like, that was a legitimate answer.
Yeah.
Like, driving me nuts.
Yeah. She's not very good. You know, it's interesting because one of the controversies that took place while we were out was 60 Minutes was supposed to have aired a segment on, I believe, jail or prison down in Argentina or somewhere like that. El Salvador, maybe. But they pulled it at the last second. Barry Weiss, who's now president of CBS News, felt like it didn't have sufficient reporting, like it needed more. And so she pulled it. Felt like from a journalistic responsibility standpoint, this isn't good enough. Took a lot of heat. You know, people say, oh, she's being all right wing, blah, blah, blah. But then I saw several people that had gotten away to see the segment, and they all said, yeah, it really was very slanted. So that, coupled with a few days later, Tony Dokapil, who's going to be taking over CBS Evening News starting today, I believe. Did you see the video that he posted where he talked about the last 10 years or so? He's gone around America reporting stories, and he always gets people saying kind of the same thing. Why don't you guys cover news that people really want to see, and covering it in a way that is more fair and accurate and representative? I'm kind of summarizing what he said here, but he basically said, we're going to make a commitment to do a better job of covering the news rather than reporting for essentially the East Coast elites and getting more to like the heart of America. So we'll see. I mean,
do we even, like, I've said this time and time again, I think they're a little irrelevant.
Yeah, no, they've made themselves irrelevant. And the dynamics of new media have changed. I mean, like I mentioned his name earlier, Nick Shirley, the YouTube reporter. Guy's 24 years old. And the story that he did, he's got about a 40-minute video showing him going to all of these Somali daycare centers in the Minneapolis area, which you can clearly see a lot of them are very sketchy. And that video just on Twitter alone got like 80 million views. That's way more than CBS News gets for probably all of its programs combined.
I'm a heavy news consumer and I never watch.
Yeah.
Mainstream outlets.
Right.
Unless it's breaking news, I'll turn on CNN, Fox, whatever, just to kind of see what's going on. Yeah. No way. I watch YouTube.
Yeah.
Stupid YouTubers.
And if CBS is smart, they might start using those kinds of channels more, utilizing them. I know they have like if you get like the free over-the-air channels, they have like a 24/7 news channel you can watch.
It's barely up to date though.
Yeah.
Like it's always old news every time I get on it.
Rehashing what you already know.
Unless it's, their typical broadcast news streaming time.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I just don't think a lot of people are watching that anyway.
Yeah.
I think they're trying to stay relevant. But the way that social media is set up too, I think it really has put an emphasis on local creators, smaller creators.
Yep.
That way you can get what's going on in your area, and then you can watch your national politics online or something.
A lot of people are bemoaning the kind of the fall of traditional corporate media outlets like local newspapers, local TV stations, whatever. But it also has presented a lot of opportunities for people who are entrepreneurially minded I mean, now we have the Rapides Journal. I know I've seen stories about communities that used to have like a strong daily newspaper, like say a community of 10, 15,000, where somebody opens a coffee shop, and as part of that, they've hired a couple local journalists and they print a newspaper every day. Not like a bunch of copies, but yeah, so there are... Free market figures out a way. We're doing something different too, right? Yeah, absolutely.
I will say one of the biggest things that has been a problem, I think, in America, at least on a local level, is no more local newspapers the way they used to be.
Right.
We were probably a better community that was better covered when the Town Talk had 50 reporters.
100%. Yeah. Because there are things that newspaper reporters can do that, people in more broadcast settings don't always have the time to do.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're assigned, for example, you've got this one story to work on for a few days, that's pretty rare to have that, but it's needed, especially from an investigation standpoint and holding local officials accountable and things like that. So
it's tough for me to do. It's hard for me to set aside time and focus on one investigative story for a couple of days.
People don't realize how busy you are.
And I'm trying to be like that. It's just
I'm not trying to. I know you're not trying to say, "Oh, look how hard I have it." You love what you're doing, but I see how hard you're working. And from the time this show ends until some days 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night, you're producing local content constantly.
Yeah.
For our Facebook page.
So lucky I like it.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
Well, we like you too. All right, everyone, we need to take a break. When we come back, as I mentioned a little bit earlier, Coley Plaster is here from Clico. He's going to talk about applying for corporate giving to support maybe your nonprofit organization. So we'll do that as we continue here on a Monday Talkback.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Saks is looking to line up a loan of as much as $1 billion to keep the business running as part of a Chapter 11 bankruptcy filing that could happen in the coming weeks. The cash-strapped luxury retailer has been negotiating a forbearance with some of its creditors in order to buy the company more time to hammer out a financing agreement. The chain operates its flagship Saks Fifth Avenue stores along with Bergdorf Goodman and Neiman Marcus. Apple is slashing production of the Vision Pro after weaker than expected holiday sales. Only 45,000 new units of Apple's VR headset shipped in the last quarter of 2025, well below projections. The price tag could be a factor. The headset retails for just under $3,500. And a Japanese sushi restaurant bid $3.24 million for a single bluefin tuna today, by far the highest ever paid price at the annual New Year auction at Tokyo's fish market, weighing 536 pounds. The prized catch went to the Tokyo-based operator of a popular sushi restaurant chain, Sushi's on Me. Erica Herskowitz, Bloomberg Radio.
A long time ago in a land near your home, there once was an office supply store. The year was 1998, and the store was Say's Office Supply. Fast forward to today. The little office supply store that once was, still is. Except it's simpler, better, faster, smarter. With Say's Office Supply's cutting-edge website, online ordering, invoices, statements, and credits delivered via email, next-day delivery, advanced delivery notifications. There's a reason that little office supply store is now Central Louisiana's largest and most complete business product store.
Hold up there, buddy. That's pretty good. But you're missing one thing.
Here we go. What's that, Dean?
You forgot to say, hands down, beyond a shadow of a doubt, no ifs, ands, or buts about it, you get the best service in the universe at Say's.
I was about to say that when you interrupted me.
Oh, really? I'm sorry. My bad.
You get it all at Say's Office Supply.
Celebrate Carnival this season with the Mardi Gras games from the lottery. Louisiana, ready to double your cash? Hop in that second line and grab the balloon doubler from the lottery. Win up to $2,000. Mardi Gras fun times 2. Behind the mask lies your treasure. Unmask your fortune and play Masquerade Money. Win up to $13,000. Let the good times roll with Masquerade Money. Join the Royal Parade to cash prizes. Scratch your way to the crown and play Royal Bingo. Top prize is a whopping $30,000. Bingo royalty starts here. Fast play, fast pay. Play Cash is King, an all-new fast play game for a chance to win a cool $10,000. Step right into the Mardi Gras spirit and play all 4 games from the lottery, giving you a reason to smile. Must be at least 21 to purchase.
Well, good morning. Some fog to start us out in many areas, but not a bad day at all. 71 for the afternoon high under partly sunny skies. And we'll see winds out of the south at about 5 miles an hour today. Tonight, mostly cloudy down to 56 for the overnight low. And our Tuesday, not a nice day, partly sunny. 77 should do it for the afternoon high. It's going to be a windy day on Tuesday. From the Zenlaw Broadcasting Weather Center, I'm Dave Gratian.
970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYL. Now back to Talk Back.
All right, we are back here on this first show of our new year. Al Quarterman, Stephen Maxwell, we missed you all. Glad you could be back with us once again. Joining us in the studio, Coley Plaster. He is communication representative for CLECO, and he's here to talk about how people can apply for corporate giving to support nonprofit organizations here in Central Louisiana. So good morning, sir. How are you?
I'm great, Al. Thank you so much for having me on this.
Okay, there you go. Sorry about that.
I'm doing very well, Al. Thank you so much for having me on this first show of the year. It's spectacular to be here.
Hope you had a good Christmas and everything.
Very nice. And looking forward to some new things coming up in the new year for sure.
Great. Awesome. So let's talk about, I know having worked with a nonprofit board, there are times these nonprofit agencies will come to a company like CLECO and say, hey, we need such and such money for this or that. And there's an application process that people go through.
Yeah, definitely. So CLECO still has that, and we're encouraging all nonprofits and organizations that are putting on any sort of event or cause in 2026 to apply. I'll plug that first and then talk about why we do that. So you can visit us online, cleco.com/community. We have a form online that we're able to see what your event is, who you are, what you're requesting, what your plan is, and see if we're able to help out with that. But the reason that we do that is because we really see the benefit that it gives to the community, because this is the community where all of our employees are living and working, all of our customers living and working in this community. And when the organizations that support us are stronger, we see a better community as a whole for us to support and continue to serve.
So does CLECO decide every year like a certain amount of money it puts aside for this sort of thing?
Yeah, we have a standard budget every year, and it's allocated by the need in each community, and making sure that we're able to take care of causes that we see giving back in the best way to the community.
Are there some organizations that it's kind of an annual thing that they tap into this, or do you just kind of take it on a case-by-case basis?
Yeah, definitely we look at where the need is and which organizations and causes are doing things that we really see benefit to in the community. There's a lot of things that are on our hearts and minds every year, food banks, organizations for children, youth programs, things like that. So we have standards that these organizations need to meet, but we definitely want to make sure that we're taking care of as many folks as possible. Along with the giving back, we have really had a spectacular year of volunteering in 2025 and are continue to look forward to that in 2026. Last year, our CLECO employees volunteered over 5,000 hours.
Wow.
Which really is, it's an abstract number. It's almost hard to comprehend. But seeing the employee teams go out to places like the Food Bank of Central Louisiana, Starfish Emergency Foster Home, around the holiday time, we put up some holiday lights at St. Mary's Residential Community, put up Christmas lights on the residents' houses. Just amazing ways for us as employees to give back to the community, get involved, and really get plugged in.
That's wonderful. That's being a good corporate partner here in the community.
Yeah, well, I think that's I feel like that goes without saying almost, that we want to. Someone used the word corporate this morning, and I said, it's corporate because it's a corporation, but really this is Louisiana and this is our home. And so when we talk to people who are from Ville Platte or from Bunkie, from New Iberia, from Pineville, from Alexandria, this is the place that they see as their home and that they want to give back to.
I'm sure it's very fulfilling for you guys too to be able to get out in the community and be a part of some of these great organizations too.
Yeah, it is spectacular to see the different places, really see the places that my coworkers and their talents are able to shine through. Folks who may say, the only thing I'm good at is cutting lumber and using a saw or something. Well, you know what? There's so many places that need you, that could use your helping hand, or So I was, I'm kind of organizational. Go to the food bank and fill bags. One of the things that we've been doing for about the past 3 years is to have a Cleco Volunteer of the Year, just an internal award. There's no prize, there's no award. It's just someone that we're able to recognize as someone who's really cares and gives back. That's a spectacular thing to see. And we see a lot of teams that get their team building out of, hey, let's go volunteer at the Manna House. We have one group that goes out every month to the Manna House, brings 5 or 10 people, and just makes it a place that they say, our work is important, our serving power, our serving electricity is important, but what's also important is being a team and giving back to a place that really matters.
Good stuff. What about for 2026? What kind of plans do you think you all have for that?
I think we're looking, as always, places that we can give, places that we can serve. But let me shout out again. If you are part of an organization that would like to request some volunteer support, you can email us, news@cleco.com. Tell us who you are, a little bit about your program. Say, hey, we would like to request if you can get 5 or 10 people here for this sort of project. And if you're there to request funding, you can visit us online, cleco.com/community to request some funding. Last year, we supported over 600 organizations across the state. Obviously, we're headquartered in central Louisiana, but we do, the business serves the Acadiana region, New Iberia, and the North Shore, Covington, Mandeville, that sort of area. So we do so much work across the state, and it's really important to us that this is our home, and we want to continue to serve.
Good stuff. So, so people, if they need, and I guess I hadn't really thought as much about the fact if you have a project like that and you just need bodies to help, to reach out to you. That's really good too.
Exactly. That's the sort of thing we've seen with the food bank where, obviously monetary support means a lot to them, but having people in there physically volunteering is a huge part of their program. So many programs that have great missions, having projects, even if it's a couple times a year, that say, hey, if you have 10 people that can help, this will really take this project over the top, organize things faster. We've been able to serve with a lot of fostering community type locations, organizing their donations. That's something, everyone thinks, I can give this to a foster care program. But when it comes down to it, they have these boxes and boxes full of shirts and pants and things that, it's not going to get to a child that's in need unless it's organized. So that's an amazing way that we've really been able to serve as well.
And it's a lot of fun, even for your workers, to be able to go out in the community together, represent the organization. I know usually Cleco has a team for the dragon boat races and that sort of thing. So it also helps within the internal relations of a company that you realize, hey, we can get out and really impact people.
I think so too. I see it definitely as an avenue of places that you can build leadership. Obviously, being young in a company, it's tough to find, where do you get your experience from? But if you're able to go into a volunteer event and say, I've never been a manager, but if someone says, hey, why don't you take the lead on this small group right here and see that that's where you start to serve and learn those skills, to see it as a leader, as an employee, as someone who's getting involved in your community and gives you that extra impact to not just say, oh, I worked at this place, helped them out, but I had this responsibility. I think it gives you a lot of pride in your community.
Good stuff. All right. Well, before we let you go, you had mentioned to us coming into the show that you're getting married in a couple weeks. So congratulations.
Yes, thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Yeah, that's
very excited.
Life-changing.
It is. I think, there's great things ahead in 2026. Is all I'll say. So.
I can see that for you, for sure. All right. Coley Plaster from Cleco. We love catching up with them every couple of months or so. So we'll look forward to the next time you guys come in. Thank you so much for being here. Happy New Year to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, Stephen.
More coming up.
KSYL. This is Dr. Jonathan Hunter with the clinics. We provide primary, family, and chronic care along with gastroenterology, podiatry with on-site lab and x-ray services. I'm pleased to welcome family physician Dr. Noah Miller to our team. We are currently accepting new patients and same-day appointments are available. If you're admitted into the hospital, our doctors will see you there as well. Most insurance and Medicare are accepted. The clinic's on North Bolton, 445-9823, and online at theclinics.us.
Tired of noisy neighbors? Want to keep pets in and problems out? Sounds like you need a Promo fence. At Promo Fencing and Lawn Care, our fences don't just work, they wow. From classic cedar and pine privacy fences to durable chain link, sleek metal, and aluminum, even decorative fencing. We've got something for every home, yard, or business, big or small, residential or commercial. All with free estimates, expert installs, and small town customer care. Promo Fencing and Lawn Care. Fences that feel like home.
970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYO. Now back to Talk Back.
All right, we got some new music coming into this year. Have you noticed that?
Very funky.
I think, isn't that song? I know I've heard that beat before.
Yeah, play it again.
I can't think of it right now, but
Lovely Day.
Yes, that's it. Wow, way to go.
I guess I know older music better than you.
How did you figure that out?
Well, I kind of know everything, Al. Haven't you learned that on this show?
Dang.
No, I don't know. That's a good song.
All right.
Who sings it?
You're going to look it up quick, aren't you?
No.
Bill something, isn't it? Bill Withers?
I think you're right.
Lovely Day. Bill Withers. All right.
Very nice.
All right, my
you redeemed yourself.
Just when I thought I couldn't get any more stuff, you're going to do something like this and totally redeem yourself. Seriously, one of the best clips ever.
I was, we're talking about movie clips or pop culture that you mentioned that no one else knows that you're talking about.
Yeah.
And I did that yesterday because I was like, and he spoke a language that hasn't been heard in over 1,000 years. And it was like off of Step Brothers or whatever. And my wife had no idea what I was talking about. I think it was Step Brothers. It was one of those Will Ferrell movies. It was so funny.
Your thread of movies that you find quotable are kind of that 2008 to 2012, whether it's Will Ferrell or who's the short guy with
Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah,
all those guys. Man, movies were really bad back then. Like bad. They're very raunchy.
It's funny because my wife and I, we were in Shreveport yesterday. We got home last night and one of the sons left the TV on, and the first vacation happened to be on. And it's the scene right after he was in the pool with Christy Brinkley, and he comes in the room and she's like, "Is that what you want?" And he's like, "No, her, she's ugly." And because I've used that line on my wife a couple of times, and I'm like, "See, honey, this is that." She's like, she wasn't impressed.
That reminds me of the first vacation. There's one scene that the child shouldn't watch.
Yes.
And my grandpa was like, "Oh, you'll love this movie, Vacation," and they're very Baptist and Christian. And I guess he forgot about that.
The shower?
And it popped up, and he's like, oh my goodness, well.
Is the shower?
Don't tell your mom and dad.
Can I do your back, honey? No. Can I do your front?
So stupid.
So stupid. That's like the only scene of that movie that's that way. Like
all the movies, I think.
Like, why did they do that? You know
why they did it. Because you're still talking about it 45 years later.
That's true. That is true. So, Beverly D'Angelo, everyone. All right, let's go back to the phones here on Talkback. Good morning. You're on the air.
So I'm a little slow on the uptake, but I'm trying to figure out what we're supposed to be protesting for 2026. Are we still protesting the river to the sea? Is that still a valid chant?
I haven't heard that one in a while. That's kind of an oldie but a goodie.
Okay, well, I'm not trying to revive it. I just want to make sure I'm in vogue. What about save my insurance? Are we still chanting that? Are we still up on the healthcare deal?
My question is, what flag am I supposed to have in my profile?
Are we protesting against the blowing up of fishing boats in the Caribbean?
Wow.
Are we protesting against that? What about the wall? That was a stupid wall, like Nancy Pelosi told me. Are we protesting against that? What about tariffs? So it's so confusing. The only thing we're protesting, what about the Iran bombing? Are we still protesting that?
Over the weekend, I saw someone I'm Facebook friends with, a lady probably in her early 30s, and she just put up, it was a meme of a king's crown with the circle with a line through it, so meaning no kings, I guess, in response to our going into Venezuela. And I'm thinking, so you're putting this up there when we actually literally went in and took out a king, essentially, a ruthless dictator. Make it make sense. I don't know.
Well, they also talk about, well, we don't want you blowing up the fishing boats. Why can't you capture it? And then when Trump executes on a warrant and actually captures the criminal who is indicted in the federal court, that's not appropriate either.
Right.
So it's so confusing. I really don't know what's going on.
It's hard to keep up with. I need like a scorecard.
Well, the most surprising thing about this conversation is you said you had a Facebook friend. I really didn't know you had any friends. So,
hey, don't let anyone know. That could ruin my reputation.
Right.
We could come up with like a protest calendar, so we can get ready for the rest of the year.
Wow. Could do like that advent calendar. Wow. You know, and like little...
like on MLK Day, we're going to protest Palestine. Like on Valentine's Day, we're going to protest against blowing up fishing boats. Like Father's Day, we're not going to kill any dictators. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes. Yeah. So we know what all we're going to do.
Awesome.
I don't know what we're going to protest on July 4th this year. You know, probably the fact that we just have an overall generally oppressive country. So we need to just protest the whole thing.
Right. We're 250 years of freedom, capitalism, and liberty. We've got to protest against that.
Yeah. So, oh my God. Now,
well, please keep me up to speed because it's confusing what we're protesting.
Speaking of reputation, somebody sent me a photo yesterday of two people in the picture that I never thought I would see together, but it was an interesting picture.
Well, you know, I will say this, that I was shocked that Stephen was in the gym clanging and banging. I really was. It was surprising.
Can I just say that,
He had a good deadlift.
as is often the case, your voice doesn't match how I pictured you. But that happens all the time in radio, where people are like, you really don't look like what you sound like. Same.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to believe I look like Adonis. I understand.
Exactly. I was telling people I pictured you as like having an intellectual, kind of parted, straight hair with glasses look.
Al, I hadn't had hair since 1992. So, I mean, come on.
But yet, very fine-looking man, I will say that. So, look like...
I mean,
I'll just stop.
I'm making it
right. Well, right. And you tell your wife, Chrissy Brinkley's ugly, so I know your standards.
All right. Well, it's good. It's good that Stephen finally got to meet the old boss.
That's right.
Yeah, well, just like the new one. Take care.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate you. We'll be back right after this.
Talkback is sponsored by The Clinics.
Got a big day ahead of you? Then it's best to fuel up with some of Cenla's best at Bricato's restaurant. Walk right in and just smell that home-style cooking. Place your order, take a seat, and do breakfast right till 9:30 this morning. Get fresh biscuits, eggs any way you like them, melt-in-your-mouth pancakes, grits, hash browns, sausage, bacon, even wraps and sandwiches. And don't forget their fresh brewed coffee. Bricato's Restaurant, 28 West, right across from the Coliseum. Your breakfast is waiting for you.
From America's #1 travel radio show, I'm Robert Carey with today's RM World Travel Minute. Happy New Year, everyone. Mary and I certainly hope you enjoyed a pleasant holiday season. And now here we are, ready to get back at it with 360 days left in 2026 since it's Monday, January 5th. What's a travel goal or priority for you this year? Will you be going somewhere new or returning to a place that's familiar? At the end of last year, we ran a poll on the show website asking show fans and followers if they'd be traveling more or less in 2026. And by a pretty large margin, the results from everyone who voted, well, they said they'd be traveling more. By the time this month ends, Mary and I will have spent 119 days away from home over the past 11 months. Put another way, it means we've been on the road more than a third of the year traveling somewhere. Now, I don't expect all of you to mirror that, but there are probably some of you who've certainly surpassed that total. I'm bringing it up because travel is hardwired into our DNA. It's a major part of our society, and it's such a connector, an enricher, and a uniter. Share with us your travel plans that are on tap this year at rmworldtravel.com. Just click on the Contact Us tab. And until we're back with you all tomorrow, happy travels, everyone.
970 AM, 104.9 FM, KSYO. Now back to Talkback.
All right, last segment of the morning, our first show of the new year. And before you know it, we're going to sing it's our last show of this year.
You're right about that.
It goes quickly. All right, back to the calls. Good morning, you're on Talkback. Hello, good morning.
Oh, okay.
You are on.
Yeah, well, I'm impressed with LSU's women's basketball team. They've really torn up the legitimate competition.
They finally have a schedule you approve of.
Well, it just seems like to me they ought to be playing teams that are at their same level of competition, and apparently they're really not very good.
It's telling on them now. Maybe if they'd played good teams in the preseason, they'd be better prepared for good teams in the conference.
Well, perhaps they would be, but at least they will have a winning season.
Right, that's right.
Because there happen to be at least a couple of SEC teams that are not any better than they are.
I saw the night of the Sugar Bowl. I guess it was January 1st. The women's team had a basketball game that night, and Lane Kiffin attended that game, not the Sugar Bowl.
Well, I mean, with that much money and that many things he's got to do, I guess he can't be everywhere at once.
Well, that's fair. Yeah, true.
I wonder what he'd be thinking if they end up winning the championship. Like, how would you feel?
If Ole Miss wins it? Oh, I know.
It's got to be weird.
I think a lot of people are rooting for that now.
Yeah.
Especially.
I'd say it was a mistake if he left.
Yeah.
Even though LSU's a better job. But he'd be a legend over there forever.
Yeah.
But legends don't pay the bills.
That's right. You never have to buy a drink. Do they even sell alcohol in Oxford?
I don't know. There's no way they don't.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, all he has to do is get fired, and he's set for life.
Yeah.
That's true.
Right? Exactly.
I mean, he seems to be a handsome fella, a glib fella. He can go to work for one of the sports networks.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of them do.
Or else he could just basically set up a foundation and share his riches with whatever group he seems to like.
Yeah, exactly. So, all right. Well, thank you. Go ahead.
We'll see what happens.
Yes, we will. All right. Appreciate the call. Thank you. Yeah, I didn't even realize because there's just been so much else going on. So the LSU women's basketball team, they came off their win over Alabama State, 109-41, and then lost to Kentucky, 80-78. Kentucky's number 12 in the country, and then they lost to Vanderbilt, the number 11 team in the country, 65-61. So LSU has been ranked number 5. That will be dropping, I'm sure. So that caller, he had been saying it all along. Their schedule was so weak in the non-conference. They really did themselves no favors to get ready for the SEC. But I'd mentioned this in relation to college football right now. It doesn't behoove teams under the current system to play tough non-conference schedules because if you lose, it'll be held against you. So I don't think we'll see a lot of good non-conference games in the future, unless they change things. All right, first show in the books. Feels like we never left.
You want us to take another break? I'll get up at 9 o'clock again.
Nope, you're getting up early, young man.
Yeah, we're
good for you. Good. All right. Well, tomorrow will be Nathan and Steven, and Matt Ritchie will be here at 8. I'll see you again on Wednesday.
You've been listening to Talkback. The opinions expressed were those of the hosts and callers, and not necessarily those of